Everything is better in groups, with the possible exceptions of gang beatings and rabid dogs. But today we're talking about good groups, like a group of chords that populate the major scale in a really easy and efficient way using 3-note chords. So basically the exercise that we're going to use today is going to sound like this. So what this is going to do is going to teach us where all these chords in a key are relative to each other in a way that we don't have to use really any bar chords. If you saw the lesson on how to harmonize the major scale, like that's a really good lesson, which I'll link you to below, but that can be kind of tough because you're using a lot of bar chords. So there really aren't going to be any bar chords in this. Everything is going to be a simple 3-string use of all the chords, all the main chords in a key. And we're going to use the key of A to start this off. So basically the first chord in the key of A is A major. And again, in the A major scale, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, there are 7 notes, and each one of those notes become a chord. I'll link you to another video if you want to learn more about why that is and which ones become one chords, which notes become which chords. But we're starting off with this A major triad, 3-note chord. So my root note is my ring finger on the D string, 7th fret. There's an A. I'm gonna put my middle finger down a string, back a fret, and my index finger down a string, back another fret. So I'm really just gonna kind of focus in on these 3 strings to get an A major chord, the 1 chord in the key of A. Now, what we do here is gonna be totally movable to any key. We're just doing this because it's a good spot right in the middle of the fretboard. And now we're gonna go to the second chord in the key of A, which is a B minor, which we can really easily do just by dropping your ring finger and getting the bottom 3 strings on the 7th fret. So I know I said no bar chords. This is technically a bar chord. You can play this anyway. It's an easy one, right? So if you ever want to go from the 1 chord to the 2 chord, you can always just drop your ring finger, get maybe your pointer finger in there, and kind of add a different kind of flavor. You can even just kind of like just inflect that chord, not even think of going to a different chord. We're just playing different notes in this key. This would make a B minor chord. Now, the 3 chord is going to be right here. Okay, so notice instead of kind of moving all over the place, we're doing a really efficient way of staying in the same general area. So this is going to be a C sharp minor. Really, it's just the A minor shape. A minor, A sharp minor, B minor, C minor, C sharp minor. As long as I just get if I pick the strings that I'm holding down, that'll give me part of this C sharp minor, or the 3 chord in any key. So now I've got the 1 chord, the 2 chord, the 3 chord. So the 4 chord is going to be a major chord, which in the other videos we've done like a double bar chord thing. What we're going to do is we're going to take just the 7th fret of the D, G, and B strings. Okay, so this would be like an A major shape, but we're moving it all the way down here, which ends up being a D major. Again, the name of the chord isn't so important right now. I mean, it's definitely helpful if you want to learn them. I would recommend it for sure. But we're just kind of seeing all of them relative to each other. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The 5 chord is the exact same class, another major chord, just 2 frets higher than the 4 chord. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And we got 2 more to go. 6, which is a minor chord. This is probably, in my opinion, the most underutilized minor chord voicing you see. You don't see these as much as I feel like you should. What it does is it puts the root note near the top. So I'll just kind of say it. So it's the 7th fret on the D string, middle finger, the 6th fret on the G string, index finger, and the 7th fret on the B string, ring finger. Okay, so this is going to be our 6th chord, the relative minor of any key. So there's A. This is going to be an F sharp, so the root note is actually on top of the chord. So it kind of creates like a cool sound. I really like this one right here. Now the 7 chord, if we just move this 2 frets higher, that would give us another minor chord. But if you watch the other videos, you know it's not a minor chord on the 7 chord. It's actually a half diminished chord, or diminished chord right here, right? So all you do is you take your pointer finger from that minor thing and you flatten it. So now I've got 9D, 7G, 9B. And then we're going to bring that back to home, 1. So again, to recap, we've got the 1 chord, the 2 chord, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 1. So those are the main chords in the key of A major. Now let's say we want to do it in the key of B major. Everything just moves with us because there's no open strings helping us out. So in B major, we just move it down to where this note is a B, which is the 9th fret of the D string. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 1. Okay, so finding out where these chord voicings are relative to each other, I think, is a really important way to efficiently be able to switch between them. And any chord progression you can call out, you can kind of find with these. If you wanted to do the like a standard 1, 4, 5, you just do 1, 4, 5. 1, 4, 5, 4, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Really, I would advise getting as familiar with these shapes as possible and assigning the number to them. Then it'll be really easy to transpose or change keys anywhere you are. Let's say you want to do something in the key of G. Just take the 1 here, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 1. You can start picking them differently. There's really an infinite amount of ways you can be creative, and kind of limiting yourself to one area of the fretboard can kind of open up your mind instead of having to do a lot of work moving and covering a lot of distance, which is also a good way to practice too. But just in case you want to kind of tighten up the area that you're working on, I think this is an excellent way to start thinking about where chords are relative to each other. So remember, the 1, 4, and 5 notes in any major scale become major chords. 2, 3, and 6 are minor, and that 7 is diminished, which always resolves on the 1. So it's a good way to just kind of take simple voicings. We're just doing triads, 3-note chords. We're not doubling up on anything. Everything is pretty simple, not a lot of bar chords to be seen. And really just start randomly combining it. You don't always have to start on the 1. You can maybe start on the 6 to the 4 to the 3 to the 2 to the 7 back to 6 to 1. So again, a million different ways you can use this, but I think it's really good to just kind of maybe make it an exercise and just start working your way. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 1. Anyways, if you have any questions or comments, please hit me up in the comments section on Instagram, on Twitter, or the website, and I'll get back to you guys as soon as I can. Thanks a lot.